And welcome back to Golf Center. Every July, we're very fortunate that we have here in the Low Country one of the biggest amateur tournaments here in the country. Here to talk about the Players Amateur is RBC Tournament Director Steve Wilmot. Steve, thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you, gentlemen. Anytime.
Yeah, Steve also, of course, is the Tournament Director of the Players Am. The two are very closely connected. The Heritage Classic Foundation really got on board early on with this, and you guys have developed some great relationships now that we're, almost 15 years deep into that relationship with not just some of the amateurs, but all of the really good amateurs around the country.
Well, what's interesting is we weren't originally started the Heritage Classic Foundation when the event came about, and Duke Delcher and Tom McKnight, the co-founders, worked us pretty good about getting involved, running the event, but also the biggest maybe component of it too is awarding an exemption to the winner into the Players Amateur, or excuse me, into the RBC Heritage. And you talk about building relationships, and you look at our list of winners of Bill Haas and Camellia Villegas and Ricky Fowler and Bud Cauley and on, but also guys like Dustin Johnson and Matt Kuchar and Lucas Glover, and I can go on all the guys that haven't won that have played, but it gives us an opportunity to get to know them on the amateur stage, and then get to work with them inside the ropes on the professional.
You think it really has helped? I mean, we talk about all the names, and it's easy to say, okay, yeah, they played here, now they play here, being the RBC Heritage, but it really has it really helped?
I think without question, and I know for a fact because there's things that I can do, and lean on them a little bit with regards to April, knowing that we've had this relationship. I've joked around for years, and Bob, you've heard me say it too, that during the Heritage I lose 15 to 20 pounds, and during the Players Am I gain 15 to 20 pounds. But it's because I'm able to take the time to sit down with these guys and maybe have lunch with them at 11:30, and then another group have lunch with them at 1 o'clock.
He's doing double lunch. We used to do that when I was in elementary school.
I'm not a husky petite for no reason, but it's really given us an opportunity. But again, we're giving them a professional feel as well. I mean, all these players need to do is get here. Once they're here, the Berkeley Hall community, which is one of the nicest facilities in the Low Country without question, but they stay at private housing. They're wined and dined, excuse me, not wined and dined, but food and beverage all week.
There you go.
They have access to golf. Everything is taken care of, and we even on the back end will take them to the airport. So all they have to do is get here, and there's no registration fee. So basically, it's a PGA Tour experience on the amateur level, and it gives these guys an opportunity to get a feel of what it's going to be like at the next stage.
Let's take that a step further as far as the PGA Tour. It's really like a tour week. What, Monday, Tuesday practice rounds, and kind of take us through the week for the players. Yeah,
I mean, we have the Monday, Tuesday practice round. There's a Tuesday night that we have a player-only dinner, but it's also a meeting that we talk about, some do's and don'ts, some rules of the week, and how they can certainly help us, and thank our volunteers in the support of Berkeley Hall. Then we have a contestant am event, as we do during the Heritage as a pro-am.
That's on Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday shot and start at 9 o'clock.
And this year you're doing it kind of differently, which I think will be super for the amateurs who get to play in it. Just one-on-one, right? I mean, you're going to have two contestants and two ams in each course?
Yes, and it's given us, we just changing up. In the past, we've had a contestant with 3 amateurs. We've had a contestant with 4 amateurs in years past. But we felt with some of these great supporters and sponsors that we've had to give them more of an intimate one-on-one opportunity to spend time. It's more contestants playing than the contestant am, but they're more than happy to do it, and they get to play their ball throughout. But it also gives these contestants or amateurs an opportunity to rub elbows with these kids a little bit.
We have the contestant am on Wednesday, and then starting on Thursday the 10th through Sunday the 13th, 18 holes of medal play each day to get a 72-hole champion, correct?
Correct. We have a cut after 54 holes and 40 in ties, and we'll go off, still not exact sure of the time, somewhere between 7 and 7:30, weather permitting, of course, each day next week. But great competition, great kids. They're some of obviously the best players in the world. Please come out, if you're locals and those visiting, please come out and see us as well.
Because it's free.
I'm going to go watch, that's for sure.
You just want to go watch some just terrific golf and get to see Berkeley Hall. It's going to be spectacular. Steve, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate the time.
No, thank you as always for all your support.
All right.